Welcome to Booked and Busy, how to sell more books at markets, festivals, and conventions. I'm thrilled to share insights on how to maximize your book sales. Whether you're a seasoned author or just starting out, there's always room to enhance your selling strategy. So let's get started on this journey to selling more books. Hello, everyone. My name is Raya, and I am the owner of the Charm Page, an independent bookstore here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. For over 8 years, I've been a vendor at various markets, craft fairs, book festivals, and conventions. My journey has not only been about selling books, but has also been about building connections with readers and fellow authors. As a published author myself, I understand the challenges and joys of bringing your stories to life and to market. My mission is to empower authors like yourself to sell confidently and create meaningful interactions with your audience. Let's make the most of your presence at these events. We're going to focus on strategies to boost your book sales even before the event even begins. And this is a crucial step in ensuring your participation at markets and conventions is as successful as possible. We want to turn the uncertainty of "I hope people buy" into the confidence of guaranteed sales. So, first, announce your appearance more than once. Use various platforms, social media, newsletters, and even event websites to let everyone know you'll be there. Second, give a sneak peek of what you're bringing. Highlight the unique books, bundles, and exclusives you'll offer. Doing this creates excitement and anticipation among potential buyers. Third, open pre orders. Encourage attendees to secure their copies in advance with the convenience of event pickup. And lastly, create a deadline for these pre orders. This gives you ample time to prepare and ensure your stock meets demand. By taking these steps, you're setting up for a successful event even before the doors open. All right, first let's talk about the book spotlight. We want to highlight the unique hook and tropes of your book to capture interest. Think about what makes your story stand out and how it connects with your audience's preferences. Next, share a little behind the scenes magic. Show your process of packing, signing, and even preparing your books. This creates a personal connection and builds anticipation. Finally, make your event announcement more than just a flyer. Clearly state the location, your table number, and event hours, but also give them a compelling reason to visit. Maybe there's a special offer that you're going to have, or an exciting reveal. Maybe you're debuting a book at this particular event. Remember, the goal is to give potential attendees a reason to stop by and engage with you personally. Okay, let's dive into the details of making pre-orders a seamless experience. First, it's crucial to collect all the necessary details. Make sure you have the title of the book, the edition if it's a special edition or a standard, and the quantity that they want. This helps in keeping everything organized and ensures you bring exactly what your readers have requested. Next, ask your customers about their preferences for signing. Do they want the book signed, personalized with a message, or simply left unsigned? By doing this, it adds a personal touch and shows you value their preference. And then we want to confirm the event details. Make sure you know which event they will be picking their books up at. This avoids any confusion on the day of the event. And then lastly, plan for the possibility of no-shows. Decide in advance whether you'll hold the books, ship them, or contact the customer for alternative arrangements. Remember, by making the pre-order process easy, you're essentially ensuring books are already sold before the event begins. This sets a solid foundation for a successful event and guarantees a smoother experience for both you and your customers. To keep our pre-order pickup smooth and stress-free, we want to make sure that we are organizing them effectively. So, first and foremost, I would sort the pre orders alphabetically by the purchaser's name. This step is crucial as it allows you to quickly locate any pre order when a customer arrives. Next, I would then label everything clearly. Each package should include the purchaser's name, the books they've ordered, and any personalizations requests. So if they requested any personalizations, it should also be on there. This not only helps with easy identification, but also ensures that no details are overlooked. Remember to keep your pre-orders separate from the general inventory. Mixing them up can lead to confusion and delays, which we want to avoid at all costs. Finally, mark each pre-order as collected once it has been picked up. This tracking ensures we have an accurate count of what's been collected and helps prevent any mix-ups. By following these steps, you'll avoid pre-order chaos and create a seamless experience for your customers. When planning your inventory for an event, there are a few key things to consider. Again, make sure that we have set our pre-orders aside. Those copies are already sold, so keeping them separate ensures there's no confusion or mix-up with general inventory. Next, you want to stock your best entry point. This means bringing more of copies of book one if you have a series, as it's often the starting point for new readers. And remember, some readers love to binge read, so having the complete series available can increase your sales. Lastly, organize your backstock efficiently. Organize your backstock efficiently. Clearly label your books for quick restocking throughout the event. This will save you time and help maintain a smooth flow at your booth. If you use these strategies, they'll help you pack for real demand and prepare you effectively for your event. All right, so we kind of talked a little bit about some of this in the previous of inventory check, but now we're going to talk about ensuring that we're setting ourselves up for a seamless experience through pre-event prep and packing. We're going to begin with a thorough inventory check. So this includes not just your books, but also any merchandise and promotional materials you plan to bring along. And then you're going to focus on your table essentials. So let's think about the presentation. We definitely want to bring a tablecloth. We want to bring stands, clear signage, and then we don't want to forget the practicalities like pens, a car reader, and enough cash and change for transactions. Those small details can significantly impact the flow of your setup and sales. And then finally, pack a comfort and survival kit. This should include water and snacks to keep your energy levels up, as well as layers of clothing to adapt to any temperature changes at the venue. Don't overlook the importance of testing your equipment ahead of time either. Ensure that your car reader, QR codes, and display items are in perfect working order before you leave home. Remember, a smooth setup starts well before you arrive at the event. When preparing for a successful sales event, it is crucial to have a plan for when your items sell out. So we're going to talk about the essentials of building a sold out kit. First, we want to ensure that you have a direct product QR code ready. These are invaluable for letting customers have access to product details and making purchases online, even if physical items have sold out. Now, I would suggest instead of having them scan the QR codes themselves, that you just tell them, hey, like, here are my display books on the table. Feel free to thumb through them. If you are interested, I am sold out here in person, but we can order you one right now. You pay for it now, and I can have it sent to you, or you can pick it up at my next event, and then you can tell them what the next event is. So, like we just said, we're going to have a secure checkout process. So either you're using a digital platform or you're offering a backup with paper order forms. Just make sure you have it's vital to maintain a seamless and secure transaction experience. So, which would include, say we're going to ship them because we don't have any currently and they don't want to pick up at the next event. We want to ship them. we do want to have a shipping price guide handy so customers know any additional costs up front. The good thing about this is that media mail typically tends to be the same amount. You can always do flat rate like priority mail shipping or whatnot and have a flat rate that you charge for shipping. But media mail is you are only allowed to send the book and nothing else in there. You can't send like business cards in there or anything like that. But that's usually the cheapest. It's probably under $6 about is what I tend to see. So if you want to send something via media mail, it's under $6. That's an option, but they won't get any of the like freebies that you like to toss in, such as bookmarks or pens or tea or what have you. Personalization can be a big draw for this as well. So include fields for customers to add their personal details if they want a special dedication or customization or message. This small touch can definitely enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. And then finally, don't forget a clearly visible sold out sign. This will manage expectations and guide customers towards alternative purchasing options through you. By preparing these elements in advance, you'll ensure your sales continue smoothly, even if you are sold out of your current inventory. Now that we've prepared for the event, let's talk about how to extend our reach beyond the initial sale. So, this is about creating lasting connections and engaging with our audience in a meaningful way, even after they've made a purchase. So, we're at the event, right? And there's so much going on, but one thing that we don't want to forget is creating engaging content and how crucial it is for maintaining a connection with your audience even after the event is ended. So let's talk about how you can capture this valuable content effectively. First thing you can do is you can make sure to take one clean table photo before the event begins. This will showcase your organized setup and can be a great piece of content for future promotions. Next, you can snap a picture of yourself behind the table. This personal touch adds authenticity and allows your audience to connect with you on a more personal level. And then you can capture a close-up of your strongest display. Highlight the details that make your product stand out. This is your chance to showcase what you're proud of. And then finally, you record a short video showing the full setup. This dynamic content is engaging. It provides a comprehensive view of your booth or table. By capturing these images and videos before everything begins, you'll have high quality content to share long after the event is over. So remember, preparation is key to capturing these moments effectively. Another thing too that you'll be able to use is these photos. You'll be able to use them for future events when you go to apply, because a lot of events when you go to apply, they want to see photos of past booths to see what you're going to bring with you. So make sure you get in the habit of taking photos after you're all set up before everything begins, so that you can then use those photos in the future for future event applications. All right. So we're going to talk about marketing during the event, okay? We need to remind people that we're there. We already told people that we're going to be there. People have shown up, and then they might get lost in the flurry that is the event. So the first thing we want to do is we want to tag the event by using the organizer's official hashtag in your social media posts. This not only helps in reaching the event attendees, but also connects you with a wider audience who might be following the event online. Second, we want to show our setup by sharing a clear and inviting photo. This visual can draw people to your booth or table, enticing them what you have to offer. Emphasize the aesthetics and uniqueness of your display to capture interest. So we just talked about that in the previous one about how to capture useful content. And then it's important to create urgency. So mention any exclusives that you might have, low stock items, or specific event hours. This encourages immediate action from potential customers who may be on the fence about making a purchase. So I definitely suggest, like, if you are running out of something, like say like you brought like art prints to go with like purchases, you know, say like, hey guys, like I only have like 5 art prints left that are exclusive for this event. Come and find me at whatever booth, and then you could post a photo of your table again. And then lastly, make sure you post your location, including your booth number or table number in your communications. That definitely makes it easy for vendors or for visitors That makes it easy for visitors to find you in the um, chaos of the event. Remember that the goal here is to remind people that you're there and make it as easy as possible for them to engage with you. When it comes to making lasting impression, your trifold brochure is a powerful tool. I highly suggest making a trifold brochure. It's better than a business card in my book. Um, so, what makes a brochure stand out? Well, unlike a traditional business card that simply states your name and contact information, a brochure can tell a story. It highlights why attendees should remember you. It includes captivating one sentence hooks for each of your books. And this not only sparks interest, but can also provide quick insights into your work. Also, if we think about the reader's journey, by including the series reading order and detailing the genres and tropes that you write, you guide potential readers through your offerings. It's about turning curiosity into a lasting connection. And then lastly, ensure your brochure is a gateway to continued engagement. You can include your website, your newsletter, and social media handles. This transforms a simple piece of paper into a pathway for ongoing interaction. Remember, a brochure is not just a handout, it is an invitation to explore your world that you've created for your readers beyond the event. All right, we're going to talk about selling at the table. And we're going to talk about presentation, about knowing your why, signage and branding, and all of that. When it comes to selling, you want to focus on creating eye-catching displays. You want to make sure your pricing is clear, your pitches are confident. Remember that your display is your first impression that potential buyers will have. Networking plays a crucial role too. You want to spend time talking with other vendors and event organizers. You definitely want to swap information and form connections, as these relationships can lead to future opportunities. Think of networking as planting seeds for future growth. To build readership, consider offering freebies, inviting newsletter signups, or sharing exclusive sneak peeks. These strategies can entice future buyers and keep them engaged with your work. Your goals should guide your approach and set the plan into motion. And remember, you don't just have to choose one strategy. It can be all three, working together to enhance not only your presence, but your sales. All right, we're going to talk about table presentation. Your table is essentially your bookstore window. You want people to stop and look. So to make your table the ultimate stop for passerbyers, you want to focus on these three key elements. First is eye-level displays and tiered stands. Imagine someone walking down the aisle. Your books should capture their eye even from a distance. Arrange your books in a way that makes them visible and inviting. Excuse me. Arrange your books in a way that makes them visible and inviting. So you can do a tier stand, such as this lovely lady has on her table. You can also use bedpost risers to put underneath the legs of your table to raise just your table up higher. There's different ways you can do it. So you have different ways of getting height on your table. Next is that color plays a significant role in drawing attention. You want to use a tablecloth that contrasts with your book covers. This contrast will make your books pop, ensuring they stand out against the backdrop. So as you can see in the second photo, she's got gold tablecloths and then bright pink books. And you can see that it definitely pops behind her as well. And then finally, clear pricing signs are a must. Many potential buyers hesitate to ask about prices, so make it easy for them. You can display your prices clearly using an 8 by 11 piece of paper in a picture frame, or using a little chalkboard guy like in this photo. Just remember your table is essentially like a bookstore window. Your goal is to make people stop and look. When you set up your author table, signage and branding are key components to making a memorable, oh my gosh, impression. So first, let's talk about your banner. You want to ensure that it clearly displays your name and genre. So, for example, we can see that this is an author, S.G. Boudreau. We can see that she writes clean fiction, fantasy, and adventure. And this should be visible from across the room so potential readers immediately know who you are and what you write. Next, you want to consider using QR codes for your website and social media. That allows visitors to follow up easily with you without needing to type anything out, creating a seamless connection between you and your audience. Just keep in mind that you're not going to be the only person with QR codes at the thing. So once they scan one QR code and then they go to scan another, the second QR code could override potentially the first QR code that they scanned. Lastly, remember the importance of consistent colors and fonts in building brand recognition. A cohesive visual identity reinforces your presence and helps people remember you long after the event. So as you can see here, SG Boudreaux uses a lot of blue in her setup. So that is kind of like her signature, I would say. As we move to the next topic, think about how these elements come together to make your space inviting and clear. All right, this is important. This, I think, is one of the most important things, not only for your audience and for making sales, but also for keeping your relationship with other vendors and event coordinators intact. When you're at your table, you remember that your body language is a powerful tool. You want to start by offering a warm smile and making eye contact with those who pass by. This nonverbal communication will invite people to approach your table. Whenever you can, stand. It shows that you're engaged and ready to chat. It gives off a welcoming and energetic vibe that draws people in. And as people walk by, try greeting them with a question related to your book's genre. Maybe something simple like, "Hi, do you like romantasy?" This is an easy opener that can lead to more in-depth conversations about your work. Also, it's important to respect the space and time of your fellow authors. If they're engaged with a customer, wait until they're finished before interacting. This shows professionalism and courtesy, which will reflect well on you. I've actually seen quite a few times where this does not happen, where a vendor will be at one table talking with a customer, and then a vendor right next door will hear the customer say something along the lines of like, "Oh, I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I read a lot of romance." And then the vendor who's been listening in will be like, "Oh, well, I'm a romance author. You should come check out my books." And they'll like butt into the conversation and try to lure that person away. Well, you don't know what that other author potentially writes. They could be saying like, "Oh, well, I actually do write sci-fi romance. Like I write romance. It's just sci-fi. It's not too heavy on the sci-fi. It's got a decent balance of both." And that could have been something that customer was interested in, but they don't hear about it because that other person, poached them and took them from that one person's table. That's going to leave a bad taste in that current vendor's mouth. And it's also going to possibly leave bad taste in other vendors around that witness that, or other customers around that witness it, or even the event hosts that might witness it. So just make sure that everyone is done with their conversation before you call someone over to your table. Being approachable and maintaining good table etiquette not only makes you memorable, but also leaves a positive impression that can encourage people to return. Okay, so we want to talk about how to engage with potential readers. This doesn't have to be a high pressure moment. Instead, you can aim to create a memorable and enjoyable experience. First, you can consider offering small freebies such as bookmarks. These serve as a tangible reminder of your interaction, subtly keeping your name in their mind. You can also try asking fun, low pressure questions. This isn't about making a sale, it's about sparking a genuine conversation. You'll find that people are more receptive when they don't feel like they're being pitched to buy a book. Finally, providing a sample copy for browsing is a great way to let them engage with your work without feeling obligated. Allowing them to flip through your book at their own pace can lead to a natural interest in your story. Just remember the key is to build connections. When people feel connected to you, they're more likely to become interested in your books. Keep it friendly and relaxed, focusing on the relationship first. All right, let's talk about crafting the perfect elevator pitch. We're going to think of this as your chance to hook someone in with just a few sentences. The key here is to be clear, concise, and compelling. So first, to start with engaging hook that grabs their attention. For example, you might say, imagine a psychic teen who sees murders before they happen. This creates intrigue right from the start. Next, identify the genre to set expectations. You could continue with, it's a twisty YA mystery. This helps your listener know what kind of story they're in for. And then finally, explain why they should care. Convey the emotional stakes or themes, like it's about friendship, betrayal, and finding the courage to speak up. This tells them why your story is unique and worth their time. Remember, make it conversational. Avoid sounding like you're reading from a script. Practice until it flows naturally, so you're ready to engage anyone who shows interest. And here's my example, my elevator pitch. My book is about a psychic teen who sees murders before they happen in a twisty YA mystery about friendship, betrayal, and finding the courage to speak up. When it comes to increasing your sales without adding more to your plate, bundling is a fantastic strategy. We're going to talk about how to make the most of it. First things I would have you guys consider, is offering series and multi-buy discounts. A simple promotion like buy two get one free or offering a set price for a series can be really enticing for customers wanting more value for their money. And then I also want you to think about adding merchandise to your offerings. Items like bookmarks, pens, candles, tote bags, or mugs can complement your books and provide additional avenues for sales. These small items can make a big impact, especially when they're themed around your book or series. And then finally, don't underestimate the power of gift bundles. They're perfect for holiday shoppers and those looking for special occasion gifts. You can bundle a book with some merchandise, and by doing so, you are creating a ready-made gift option that's hard to resist. These strategies not only help in boosting sales, but they also enhance customer satisfaction by offering them more choices and value. Remember, the goal is to make it easy and appealing for your readers to buy more from you. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're fully equipped to meet all customer preferences when it comes to taking payments. It's crucial to cater to both card and cash payments. Having a card reader on hand allows you to smoothly handle transactions with credit or debit cards, which are increasingly popular. Additionally, you want to consider the convenience of QR codes for digital payments. Platforms like Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle offer easy and secure options for customers who prefer cashless transactions. Equally important is having small bills ready for making change. Starting your day prepared with sufficient change can prevent any potential sales disruptions. Remember, the goal is to take payments in any way possible so you never miss a sale because you weren't ready. Let's be proactive in our approach to sales, ensuring a seamless experience for every customer. Remember, sold out is not the end. If you're sold out, you can still keep selling. When a title or product is sold out, it doesn't mean the end of potential sales. Instead, it opens up new opportunities to keep the momentum going. First, always keep a display copy on hand, which allows readers to physically see the book, which can pique interest and drive future sales. Second, offer secure ordering right there at the event. This ensures that interested buyers can place their orders immediately without the hassle of having to remember later. Next, collect every detail during the transaction. This includes the book title, the edition, the buyer's address, and email. It is crucial for accurate order fulfillment. Finally, set clear expectations regarding shipping costs and fulfillment dates. This transparency builds trust and ensures customers of a professional transaction. Remember, selling out doesn't have to be the end, it's just the beginning of a new sales journey. All right, so now that we're going to dive into what happens after the market wraps up, and it's crucial to keep that energy flowing and not just call it a day. First, we want to make sure we fulfill those orders. Make sure you're shipping promptly, and if there's any delays, you're communicating them clearly. Not only does this build trust, but it also shows professionalism. And then it's always nice to post a thank you note. Tag both the event and the organizers. It not only shows appreciation, but also keeps you in the loop for future events. When it comes to welcoming new members or new readers, remember to be gentle. Don't overwhelm them with too much at once. Finally, keep them engaged by sharing what's next. This could be upcoming books, events, or how they can place an online order. By following these steps, you're not just selling books, you're building community, and that's the key to long term success. Keep the momentum alive. So yeah, keep the momentum alive. This is um, a great thing to do. You definitely make sure that you post a heartfelt thank you to everyone that came and say it was a pleasure to meet everyone that stopped by and said hello, even if they didn't buy a book. It was nice meeting them. You can't wait for your next event with so and so at so and so field or wherever you may be. And that's it. As I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to everyone that has watched this video. It's been an incredible experience to share the insights and connect with fellow authors and book enthusiasts. Keep in mind that the conclusion of this marks the beginning of our continued journey together. I truly appreciate your support and enthusiasm. So stay tuned for what lies ahead, and let's keep inspiring one another in our literary pursuits. Thank you. Um, And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave them down below in the comment box. I will be happy to answer some questions or concerns that you have about um, how to sell your books at markets, conventions, and festivals. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to hit subscribe to see more content like this, and give us a thumbs up button if you liked it. Thank you.